Hey YouTube, it's Jaden Stern of Convention Team Shadow Strike, and I know guys, it's been a month since I posted last, but first off, a couple of things. You can probably notice that my voice is a little and that's because I'm just getting over allergies from the weather changing. But the reason I hadn't been posting for a month, it wasn't the fact that I just wanted to stop making videos. If you guys remember, I told you to make sure you check the YouTube wall because I will leave messages there for you guys occasionally and let you know just kind of what's going on. The last month of school, guys, it was hell. It was one of the busiest times of my life, and at least school life, I guess. I had 2 projects to do, and plus another class on top of that. And both of my projects, they were group projects. They were supposed to be meant for 6 people, and 2 people in my program dropped. So I had 2 6-person projects that immediately got pinned on 4 people. So we were trying to do 6 people's worth of work with 4 people, and it was a nightmare. So my time was scarce to do pretty much anything for myself except my one day that I could go to my game shop. And then during those days, I have some matches recorded for you guys that I need to go through and make sure they're, well enough for uploading, and make sure the lighting is good, because I always want to make sure the lighting is good before I post them. But I just I tried to film some videos one night. I forced myself to stay awake, and I tried to record some videos because I just missed doing them for you. But after rewatching them and seeing if they were good enough, I just couldn't take it, and I scrapped them. I originally was going to do something for Thanksgiving and give away some mats because I have too many mats and I have got to get rid of them because I'm tired of just looking at them and them not being used. So I'm going to be doing something eventually to be giving away some mats so you guys can win some free mats and something like that. Maybe it'll be for Christmas or something. I don't know. But then on top of that, after school got out, then Thanksgiving came, and I'm not even going to get into that. And then I hope you all had a very good Thanksgiving. Ate lots of good food and had time with family and all that. And I had an okay Thanksgiving. It was just hectic. And also on top of that, just a lot of life drama, and it was just on top of that Black Friday. I had to work Black Friday, and let's just say it was not fun. It just was not fun. But anyway, guys, I'm back now. I'm off school all next week, so I'm going to be trying to make more videos. I'm recording this on a Sunday, and I will be going to my locals again on Monday, tomorrow, and then that's when these will be uploaded. But please know, guys, I wish I could give you guys like a schedule and say you're going to get videos from me every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You're going to get videos from me every day. I wish I could do that, but I can't promise that. And I'm not going to say it that I am, and then it doesn't happen. So I'm going to continue to make these videos, guys. I continue to really appreciate your support, your ideas, your understanding. As much as I would love to forgo school at times and make Vanguard videos, I have to take care of school. It's important, and I encourage you all to make sure you always do the same if you're going to college or even high school. If some of you are still in school, please take school seriously, because I did not take high school seriously at all. But that's another topic. But anyway, guys, this video is going to be over at Deck Profile that I literally slapped together Saturday at my locals that I've been trying to piece together forever. And as you can tell from the name of the video, it's an Ezel Pellinore deck. Now, Ezel, or Ezel, whatever you want to call it, I've heard him called both things. I've always enjoyed playing Ezel decks. Because I remember it was the first Gold Paladin deck that I ever built. Now, my favorite Gold Paladins is still the Bluish Flames by far. But if I had to pick a second, it would be Ezel. But also, Ezel's been one of those units that I've kind of always played when he's evolved, just because I've always liked his look. If you guys remember, when one of my Q&As, someone asked me to show off all the jewelry that I wear. And if you guys remember, my constellation is Leo the Lion. And so, naturally, when the very first Ezel unit came out, I wanted to build it. So So I just kind of kept to it, and I tried to make another version of this deck before Stride came out, and it just was not. It just didn't work, and or at least not work the way that I wanted it to. Now, I did test play this at my locals that Saturday, and I ended up splitting first place with someone because we just didn't want to play anymore, because it was late and we wanted to get out and go do other things because we ended up going and hanging out. But anyway, guys, this deck is actually very consistent. It's very fun to play, and it actually might actually be a pretty good meta underdog deck coming up with set 5 on the horizon, where Starvaders are going to get more support, and so might be something to think about. So let's get straight into this deck profile. So for the starting Vanguard, we are playing Spring Breeze Messenger. Now, Spring Breeze is, they have another version of this card, and it is the Lion from set 3, I think. And I don't like that because you have to stride first to use it. Him you can use whenever. Basic Gold Paladin Forerunner, ride a grade 1, slide him out. But his ability is whenever he boosts a successful attack that hits a Vanguard, you counterblast 1, move him to the soul, you get to look at the top 3 cards of your deck, and superior call one of them at rest. Mainly you're going to use this to try and get your Pellinore, or you can maybe get a Dendrain or something like that, but he's in here just to help you start building advantage. So for the triggers, I'm playing 4 Flame of Victories, standard Margle effect, shoving the soul 3k anywhere you want. 4 Air Raid Lions, since this is an Ezel deck, we play a Lion trigger. And 4 Epona, so this is a 12 crit deck. You do not need to play draw triggers in this deck because you superior call like crazy. And stand triggers, you can play the Gold Paladin stand trigger, but in my opinion, I just prefer the 12 crits. And then we play 4 heal triggers, the puppy heal trigger. So 12 crit, 4 heal. Grade 1s, we play 4 copies of Holy Mage Bridery. I don't know how you say that name. Standard G Perfect. You counterblast in this deck a fair amount, so you want to be able to unflip when possible. Next, I play 3 Gold Paladin Stride Enabler. I don't play Gurgwit in this deck, but I do Stride a fair amount, so he's here just mainly as a Stride Enabler. Next, I play 3 Afterglow Liberator Belinos. This card's really good. You don't have to have a Liberator Vanguard, which is nice. But whenever this unit is placed on the rear guard, you can select 2 of your units and give them plus 2,000 power, and it's a generation break ability. But it is really good because we do play some 6k grade 1s in this deck. So, and if you can use it to just kind of increase your power a little bit. Next, we play 2 copies of Invitation Liberator Rudd. Grade 1, whenever this unit boosts a successful attack against the Vanguard, you counterblast 1, shove him in the soul, you get to look at the top 3 cards, and superior call 1 from the deck. So, he's pretty good. Also like him because you don't need a Liberator Vanguard. And then I play 2 copies of Listener of Truth Dendrain. Whenever she's superior called from the deck, you Soul Blast 1 and draw 1. You can play Koongul if you want, but I like just having it to where if I can get her off, I don't have to worry about whether or not if I've strode yet or not. So Koongul does the same thing as her, except it's a generation break ability, and you don't have to Soul Blast. So next, we play 4 Holy Mage Quill. One of the key cards of the deck. Whenever this unit is boosted and Generation Break 1, whenever this unit is boosted and it attacks the Vanguard, you may counterblast 1, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, and superior call one of them. So that's really good. And what's also really nice about all the spear calling in this deck, you don't have to have an open rearguard circle, which is really nice. Next, we play 4 Law-Abiding Knight Cloden. This is the Gold Paladin Generation Break 12k attacker. It's just really good because I just like it because even if I have a Dendrain behind it, it still hits 18. And it's just good in playtesting. I mean, there really wasn't much else that you could put the Ezel 12k attacker in here, but when Pellinore's your Vanguard, it'd be a 9k anyway, so I just decided to go with this because it's a safe bet. Next, I played 2 Citation Liberator Heli. This is simply the grade 2 version of Rudd. Whenever he's makes a successful attack against the Vanguard, you counterblast 1, shove him in the soul, look at the top 3 cards of the deck, and Spirit Call 1. So when you have a column of these two, you can technically use both their skills and call out another column if you're lucky enough. Next, I play 1 copy of Famgoal, and that's only because I don't have a 3rd copy of Heli, and I don't have a 3rd copy of Rudd. Once I get 1 more copy of each of those, I'm probably going to play 3 each. But Famgoal Generation Break ability, when this unit is placed on the rear guard from the deck, you look at the top 3 and Spirit Call another one. So, next, for the grade 3s, we play 4 copies of Salvation Lion Grand Ezel Scissors. Now, you can play any of the Ezels you want, but I think this is by far the best one. And I also have 1 nice SP of it, which is really nice. So, Salvation Lion Grand Ezel. Released in set 14. His ability is Limit Break, Counterblast 2, Soul Blast 2. If you have a full field of 5 or more Gold Paladin rearguards, he gains plus 10,000 power and plus 1 critical. And then in the end phase, you may Soul Charge 1 and Counter Charge 1. So, it's pretty good. There were a couple of games that effect is what won me the game, because he'll be 21, and then off his passive skill, he'll gain another 5,000, putting him at 26, and then you're obviously going to have a boost for him, so he's always going to be hitting for 30-something and a crit, which is, stride numbers. So if you know your opponent doesn't have a perfect guard, this is a pretty good ability to fall back on. And then we play 4 White Hair in the Moon Shadow Pellinore, which is kind of what this deck's based around, getting extra attacks from Pellinore and more cards in the hand. And his ability is Limit Break. Excuse me, guys. When this unit attacks, you can select 2 of your Gold Paladin rearguards and put them on the bottom of your deck in any order. If you do, choose 2 of your Gold Paladins, and those units get plus 5,000 until end of turn. So you can, say you've already attacked with 1 column, you can return that column and give Pellinore plus 5k and your other front row plus 5k, or whatever variation you want. And then his other skill, which is the one you're going to be using most, is when this unit is placed on rearguard from your deck, if your opponent has a grade 2 or greater Vanguard, you may pay the cost of discarding 1 card, and if you do, you may place this unit on your Vanguard circle. One thing I want to point out, guys, because this did happen at Alien Saturday, it says your opponent must have a grade 2 Vanguard. Doesn't say you have to. There was one time I got grade stuck and I couldn't get a grade 2, and my Vanguard was a grade 1, and he had Spring Breeze boosting him, and I looked at the top 3 and there was a Pellinore, and I read that, and I literally was able to jump from grade 1 to grade 3. So keep that in mind, guys. But it's pretty evil when if that happens, but that's not going to happen all the time. Generally, obviously, for my first if I had the choice for my grade 3, I always want to ride into Ezel first. Also because with all the new Starvader support coming out, and if the second they see this, it's really going to hurt them because they're not going to be able to lock you as easy. Next, going to the Stride deck, we play 4 copies of Fast Chase Golden Knight Campbell. This is your generic Gold Paladin Stride, and it's also probably one of the best ones. Skill is, whenever this unit attack hits a Vanguard, you may look at the top 5 cards of your deck, superior call one of them, and that unit gains plus 2,000 power. So, if you superior call Pellinore with his effect, actually, let me reference that first, because some people question what to do. This is what I generally want to happen. Swing for 31, because essentially I'm going to check 8 cards for a Pellinore, and that's pretty good numbers. Then what you can do, say you look and you see the top 5 cards of your deck, and you got a Pellinore. So, okay, Spirit Call a Pellinore, plus 2,000 power. Now he goes to the Vanguard Circle in a standing position. That is what would happen. The G unit would get in the soul. Then, attack and finish your turn. Then when your turn is over, you simply take the G unit out of your soul and you place it back in the G zone. So that's how that would work for any of you who might be questioning that. But that's generally what I'm trying to do with him. Next, we play 2 copies of Golden Dragon, Scourge Point Dragon. Scourge Point is one of the underrated cards that came out of Fighters Collection. Basically, anytime a rearguard of yours is superior called from your deck to the rearguard circle, that unit gets plus 5,000 power, and this unit gets plus 5,000 power. So you can get him pretty big pretty quick. And then the last unit is I played 2 copies of Absolution Lion King Mithril Ezel. Now it's not that I have 4; these are the only 2 I have right now. But when I do get 2 more, I'm probably gonna probably cut out 2 Campbells and or maybe 1 Campbell and 1 Scourge Point. I don't know. But anyway, Ezel's effect is if you have a heart card with Ezel in its card name, you may counterblast 1, choose a face down card named Absolution Lion King Mithril Ezel in your G zone and turn it face up. Unlock all of your locked cards, look at the top 5 cards from your deck, search for one card among them, call it to rearguard, shuffle your deck, and increase that unit and this unit's power by the original power of the unit called with this effect until end of turn. So, for example, if we do the skill and we superior call an Ezel, that means this Ezel and this Ezel gain this Ezel's power. So he would gain 11,000 power. He would gain 11,000 power. Or if you called this guy, he gets 9,000 power. He gets 9,000 power. So it's really, really good. And if you're playing against Link Joker, it unlocks all your cards. So, but yeah, I will be playing 4 Mithril Ezel in this deck once I get 2 more. I just need to order them. So, guys, that is my Ezel Pellinore deck. A lot of fun to play. I really enjoy it. It's Ezel and Pellinore is just an old combo favorite of mine. When the old original Ezel came out, and then when Set 7 came out, and we got Pellinore, I just got this crazy idea of mixing them together, and everyone was like, "Oh no, that won't work." There were a couple of people who said, yeah, go for it. But there was more people telling me the deck idea was stupid, and I ended up winning like 3 straight weeks with the deck. It was just a lot of fun to play, and this build reminds me of it in so many ways. Of course, it is better with this better limit break than we got Strides, but it's nostalgia for me, and I really do enjoy playing this deck. It's a lot of fun. So anyway, guys, in the comment section below, feel free to tell me what your thoughts are on the deck. Tell me, is there any deck that you're looking forward to playing in the future? Is there any deck that you like to play that is kind of like an upgraded version of an old deck that you like to play? Because that's what this pretty much is. It's just my old Ezel Pellinore deck, but it's upgraded. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, always feel free to leave them in the comment section below. I always love answering your guys' questions. So anyway, guys, thank you very much, and I will see you next time.